What's up, everybody? So, I'm just gonna touch base on these upcoming fights from PBC. Um, Several fights that they interest me, and I'm just gonna give you my take and hopefully, yeah, enjoy this video. So, I'm gonna first talk about the Charlo brothers. Right now, they're not fighting good competition. The last fights they had were decent, where Jamel fought Rosario and the other Charlo fought Dermachenko. Those were good fights. Maybe they're just giving them these two warm up fights until something else pops up for them, because I think they're due for a big fight soon with like very, I'm talking about like top notch competition, guys. I would like to see Jamal fight Dimitri Andre or possibly Daniel Jacobs. I think those two fights would I would like to see him fight Jacobs first, because Jacobs will be it will be a very tough competition for him. Demetrius Andres still needs a big name for him, to make that fight happen and possibly unify those two belts that they have. Um the other brother, the one that's at 154, he still has one more belt to get, but I would still like him, to take Hurd out, Jared Hurd. Um, you know, Possibly he can move up too to 160, and then the other brother goes to 168, and try to go after Canelo at some point, or a Caleb Plant fight. Maybe David Benavidez, being that Benavidez don't want to come down and weight. Um, well, we'll see. Maybe they could fight at a catch weight. That would be another good fight down the line. Um, Another fight that really interests me at 154 is the Rosario and what's that guy's name that Charlo knocked out? Let me just go back on that. I'm gonna touch base back on that. On his name doesn't come out of from the top of my head, but Chris Colbert with Uriokis Gamboa. That's a good fight at 135, or I think at 130 they're fighting. Yeah, they're fighting at 130. That's a really good fight for Chris Colbert. He is gonna put himself on the map with that fight if he wins, which I see him beating Gamboa. Gamboa is still he's a gatekeeper, but it's a good fight for Chris coming up. Um Back to the fight that I was trying to get the name is Erickson Lubin. He got knocked out by Charlo, and he's been winning every fight ever since. So that's gonna be a really good fight for both fighters, because Rosario coming out of a loss, getting knocked out by Charlo, but he can still make a name for himself here, beating Lubin, which I think is gonna be a tough fight. I see Lubin winning. So that's another good fight. I think that's under the undercard of Javante Davis and Mario Barrios. That's another good fight. I'm interested to see how Tank Davis is gonna look at 140. I still think he's gonna carry the power, because he normally walks at a 160 when he's not working out and he's not in training camp. So that should be a good fight also. Mario he's no slouch. I still see Tank winning, but it's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be a really good fight. I see it possibly ending at the 10th round, but he's in for a good fight, and I want to see how he's gonna campaign at 140. That's a good test for Gamboa. I mean, for Tank Davis. Sorry, guys. Um, that's all I really got. For the PBC fights. I'll get back on here and touch base. I know there's more cars there. I know you got Rigondeaux fighting, which is a good fight. he's still a solid fighter. You know, he's still one of those top guys. Even though he lost to Lomachenko, he's a name out there. You got David Haney versus Linares. Great fight. I see David Haney winning. I hope that possibly that fight can lead up to a Teofimo Lopez and Haney, or possibly a Ryan and a Haney. Whichever, those guys just got to fight each other, you know, at some point, because I don't see Teofimo staying at 135 for long. I think he wants to move up to 140. Which would be good because Jose Ramirez is on his way out too. I think he wants to unify. If he beats Josh Taylor, which that's gonna be another good fight. He wants to move up to 147, Jose Ramirez. I don't want to get too carried away. I'm gonna just talk about one last thing, which is the fight with Andy Ruiz and Chris Arreola. That's gonna be a really good fight. It's gonna be a all-out war Mexican battle, but I see Andy Ruiz knocking him out eventually. I see Chris Arreola just gassing out, and then Ruiz just stops him. So I'm predicting a eighth round knockout or stoppage. You know, the corner stops it, but I'm gonna stick to the knockout. Well, that's all, guys. I'm gonna touch base again sometime this week. You know, I want to talk about the other fights and just pinpoint them, you know, not mixing them up with the other fights that I just spoke about. Give you a little bit more of my boxing IQ in them. So that's all I got for now, and I'm going to wrap it up. Everybody take care, and see you soon.